Hello from Los Angeles. My name is Bella, and this is my first live stream video ever in my life, and I'm a little nervous but so excited because I'm bringing some information to you that I care very much about and I think is important for all of you to know as well. So let me explain what I'm going to do in this video real quick. I'm going to try to be as efficient as possible. I don't want to take up your whole morning. But first I'm going to introduce myself briefly, and then I'll explain why we're making our own yogurt and why you should definitely do it. And then I'll tell you how to do it. So basically, I'm Bella and I live in Los Angeles, and in my full-time working life, I'm actually a piano teacher. But in my off-work life, my main passion is health and wellness, specifically raw foods. I've been plant-based for the last 20 years or so, and I've been raw for the last 4 years. And when I say I've been raw, it means I've been working towards being 99% raw for 4 years. It's definitely not an easy thing to do overnight, but little by little, I've been making it the main part of my eating lifestyle for a little over 4 years, and I feel amazing, which is why I started this Instagram page and why I'm also trying to get things going with my YouTube and my website and stuff like that, because I feel so good and it's not a normal way of eating, and I want to share what I know with everybody so that you guys can benefit from this too. I think it's so important when you know something, you got to share it. So we're going to start with yogurt. That's going to be my first big lesson to share with the world, because I think it's so important. And let me tell you why. When you eat yogurt, you're consuming probiotics, and probiotics are so important for feeding your gut. It helps to create good bacteria, which helps with your immune system, it helps with your digestion, it helps clear up your skin. And number one, that a lot of people don't realize is that all of your serotonin, most of your serotonin is created in the gut. Serotonin is what makes you feel happy and balanced. So feeding your gut healthy bacteria helps your mental health. This is so important, especially right now. We're all so stressed out. It's so important to feed our bodies food that make us feel good, not just physically, but mentally and psychologically. So yogurt is a great way to do this. I try to eat a little bit of probiotic-rich food throughout the day. You can certainly take capsules like this, which I do take one every morning, but I like to get probiotics in my body throughout the day, especially before I eat, because it helps me with my digestion. And I was consuming some really healthy, raw, unpasteurized, plant-based yogurt, which is so expensive. I was consuming it every day and it was really breaking my budget. If you go to the store, you can see a lot of plant-based yogurts now in a lot of places, not everywhere, but in most places I've been, this is true. But the issue with a lot of the plant-based yogurts on the market is that they have a lot of added sugar, which is not good for you at all. And they're pasteurized, which means you add heat to it, which is essentially taking away all the good stuff. So you're not really doing anything that great for your body. Now, if you buy the raw, unpasteurized, plant-based yogurt, it's gonna be like $5 for a container about this size. You buy a bigger container, it can be up to like $12 or $13. It's so expensive. It's way more cost efficient to make your own. I'm gonna show you how I do it 3 different ways, and I'm even gonna tell you how much it ends up costing you in the long run so that you know which one is more cost efficient. So let's get started. Okay, so basically to make your own yogurt, you're gonna need a liquid base, which I'll explain 3 different types you can make. You're gonna need these probiotic capsules, and you wanna buy the most affordable vegan brand you can find. Probiotics can be really expensive. I've spent up to $40 for them before, and the cheapest I've spent is maybe like $20, which is what this is. And that seems like a lot of money, but once you make your first batch of yogurt, you can use some of that yogurt to start your next one. So you're not going to be spending $20 every single month to make this yogurt. It's just really one time you have to do it. And then there you go. So you need your probiotics, I said, the liquid base. You're gonna need a glass jar or a few glass jars. And you wanna clean this really well with soap and water, and then you wanna run boiling water in it to sanitize it, okay? Then that's it. And you need a warming agent like a dehydrator, or I'm gonna explain to you how to use a crock pot. And if you don't have either of those, I have some advice for you, don't worry. I want you to be able to make this, so I'll explain. So let's start with our 3 different bases. I'm gonna show you how to make a cream, or I'm gonna explain to you how to make a cream with dried coconut, with fresh coconut, and cashews, which I don't have right now, but I do have the yogurt made for you. Let's start with the dried coconut. So all you have to do, this is an amazing tip I learned from Kara Brotman on thehealthylife.com. Some of you guys probably know her. You take, and oh, by the way, I have a document that you can sign into my bio link, and you'll be able to download all this information in writing, so you don't have to memorize it right now. But you take 2 cups of dried coconut, you put it in a blender with 3 cups of water, and you just blend it for about 30 seconds until it's super smooth. Then you pour it into a jar, and this is the one. It made a lot. It made the most out of all 3 methods. And then you add 1 probiotic capsule per cup of liquid. So I think this ended up making, I have another jar in here, I think it ended up making about 4 cups. So I used 4 probiotic capsules. You just open it up, and then you want to stir it with a non-metallic spoon. This is super important. For some reason, the metal, it interrupts the culturing process. I don't know why. I just know everywhere I've researched, that's what they say. So I used this plastic spoon that I found. And then then you put it in your dehydrator. All of them, you put it in a warming mechanism for about 6 hours. In the dehydrator, I put it at 112 degrees, uncovered. In the crock pot, you take the lid off the crock pot, and to protect the uncovered container, I have these little mesh screens. This is a sprouting lid, but you could also use a cheesecloth, and you put it in your crock pot, set it to warm or low, and keep it at 6 hours. Now the temperature is going to be higher. I put a thermometer in there yesterday. It comes to 120 degrees, so it's not totally raw, but you're still getting some good benefits. So, you know, if this is all you have, use this. And just keep the lid off. So that's how you use the dehydrator. Now I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I'm going to get a little closer. I want you to see what this yogurt looks like. I put this in the refrigerator, and this is what it looks like firmed up. So here you can see there's a little separation down here. That's the liquid, which is normal for yogurt making. The top is quite thick, like this. And then as I stir it a little bit more, there's a little bit of liquid. So here's what it looks like on the spoon. So it's quite thick. Now, this texture is pretty grainy. And at first I thought, I don't know about this grainy texture, but I ate all of it and I loved it. And so I thought, well, maybe there's a way to make a smoother texture. So I tried cashews next. And with cashews, you just take 2 cups, and you can either soak them or not, but make sure they measure out to 2 cups, whether they're soaked or dry. And you add up 1.5 cups of water. And like I said, I'll have this in the PDF for you. Blend it up, add your 1 probiotic capsule per 1 cup of liquid, mix it up with the spoon, put it in the refrigerator to firm up, and here's what it looks like. It is much, much smoother, much thicker even. But here's the thing. I'm gonna taste it right now just to refresh my memory. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite flavor. I think the dried coconut makes a much better flavor. So here's what I did. If you also think the cashew yogurt tastes a little funky, we're gonna add a little lemon. And this worked beautifully. I ended up eating the whole thing last week without a problem. And then we'll add a couple drops of stevia. I'll do maybe 4. And then this is important. We're gonna add some, I took some blueberries, some wild blueberries, and I thawed them out, which makes it a little more, I don't know if you can see, a little runnier. And I'm gonna mix these in, and it's gonna taste a lot better. So, get a little closer, see it. You know, like the fruit on the bottom yogurt? That's kind of what this ends up tasting like. And I'll get a little closer so you can see. So here's what it ends up looking like. And I'll taste it right now so you can see my reaction. If it's gross, you'll know immediately from my face. It's so much better, so much. So I'm gonna break down the costs in a moment though, so I want you to decide if it's worth it for you, you know, based on your budget, based on your taste. You should really try all of them. Let me grab another spoon. You should really try all of them to see which one you like the best, and then decide what's better for you. Now the last one I'm gonna show you is the fresh coconut, which is this one. This is like the most time consuming, and because you gotta hack into this thing, and then you gotta scrape out the coconut meat, you gotta drain the water. It took the most time, the most energy. It was, let me see, it was the most expensive one to make. But I have to admit, I tried a little bit earlier. I'm gonna show you what it looks like after you, oh, by the way, let me explain. You take the coconut meat in the blender and you don't measure out the water. Sometimes your coconut meat's gonna be dry, sometimes it's gonna be wet. So you have to decide, you put in a little bit of the coconut water, just enough to blend it into a, like a custard-like consistency. And then you pour it into your jar, add your capsules, refrigerate, and here's what it looks like. It looks just like the commercial yogurt. This is exactly what they sell in the store. And I tried it earlier, and it's perfect. Like, it doesn't need any stevia. It's smooth. It definitely tastes the best. I understand why this is what they're selling in stores, and because coconuts are so expensive, this cost me $2.50, just this one, and I had to use 2 coconuts. So if you can get a good deal on fresh coconuts, it's totally worth the investment because you're gonna save money. Which reminds me, let's talk about the money part. So if I were to buy a raw coconut, I won't show the brand, it's about this size at the store. This cost me about $5. Some stores, it cost me a little bit more. When I make the fresh coconut yogurt, it ended up costing me about $2.83 a serving. The dried coconut, which look at how much it made, ended up costing 95 cents a serving. Cheap, a little grainy, but great flavor. Cashew yogurt, $2.33 a serving. Still expensive. I mean, I don't understand. At the store, cashew yogurt costs about $2 a serving, so you're actually paying more to make your own. So unless you get a good deal on cashews, I don't really think this is worth it. In my opinion, it's fresh coconut versus dried. If you get a good deal on fresh coconuts, make it with this. If you don't, try the dried. It's really good. I think this is going to become my staple recipe. So that's it. That's how you make coconut yogurt. Now, if you have any questions, please post them now. I'm done talking and I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to get a little cheat sheet, if you go to my bio, you can click on the bio link and you'll just give me your email address and I'm going to email you a document that has all of this broken down so that you can easily make your own yogurt at home. So have a great day. Bye.